Hello, my name is Jodi Low, and this is the Leadership Lowdown, powered by the BBB and You and Improved. The Leadership Lowdown cuts through the clutter and gets to the heart of what makes businesses tick. We want to share the stories that matter to you, all of the successes and triumphs and all of the pitfalls, and everything that happens in between. So with that, let's get on to today's show. Welcome to the Leadership Lowdown. I am here with Staci Ritinger, who is the Executive Director of Cause San Diego. So happy to have you here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, really excited to meet you and get to know you more. I've heard wonderful things. Your reputation precedes you in a wonderful way. So tell us, I was reading your bio and understand 24 years of military service in the Marines. Did I get that right?
That's right.
First and foremost, thank you for your service. And so you were active military, and I understand some tours to Afghanistan. And wow, so tell us a little bit about your start in life in military, and then obviously we'll talk more about Cause San Diego, of course, too.
Yeah, so I joined the Marine Corps at 17 years old.
Wow.
My mom had to actually sign paperwork for me to join, and this was in southern Louisiana, where I'm from.
Okay.
And it was a big thing for her to see her daughter head out, and she didn't realize it was going to be for 24 years.
Right.
I was never able to get stationed back home. So it was kind of this thing that we reflect on. But yeah, I joined at 17. My first duty station was in Okinawa, Japan. And then after that, back to the States, stationed on the East Coast in North Carolina. I worked in the administrative and finance field, and just had a very amazing experience. I did have some detours in my life that I think have made me who I am today. One being the addition of my daughter, who came quite early in my career.
Okay.
And believe it or not, I think that it's divine intervention at some point, because she's actually the reason that I am a good person, the person that I am today. Because I feel like sometimes when you're younger, you're burning the candle on both ends. And so I think really she helped me mature. And so by 19, I had a little one with me and was married to a Marine at the time. We were at Camp Lejeune, dead broke, pretty much.
Right. All the things that came with it.
All the things that come with being very, very low ranking, yet trying to take care of a family. So I did drop to the reserves for a bit after I did have her. And it was great to have that opportunity. But there was something I wanted to finish. Yeah. And I'm that type of person. I'm not a quitter. I've always been in like multiple sports. It's one of the reasons I joined the Marine Corps, because they're like, hey, you get to work out all the time.
You're like, okay. Yeah.
So I was a big multi-sport athlete, and so that was a tie-in. But there was something there I wanted to show to her about not letting what happened to you define you, but it's what you do with that.
Right.
And how you can move it forward. So I had the chance. I went back to active duty, left North Carolina. Also, the husband didn't come with.
Didn't pan out.
So
right.
Became single mom. And so we get to Kansas City. I'm stationed there with Marine Corps Reserve Support Command. And
your daughter's how old at this point?
My daughter is 2.5.
Okay. Oh, wow. So little.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm there, and luckily had a really good supportive command. And someone approached me and said, what are your plans for the future? And I said, my plan is to be the best role model for my daughter and to serve my country well. And so I went to night school for 2 years while working on active duty. And, was able to juggle that with really good support system there, and finished an associate's degree. Someone came up and said, do you want to be an officer? And I thought, well, a lot of the officers that I know around me aren't the ones that I might necessarily want to be, but maybe I should go be the one that we want to see, right? And
love that.
And I also had leaders that were around me that saw in me what I didn't. So with mentorship, I was put on all of these Marine Corps boards, so I was going up against all men mostly, Marine of the Quarters and Marine of the Year, and I got Marine of the Year all of a sudden. They picked me, and I'm up there in front of probably 1,000+ Marines at a Marine Corps ball getting this military sword given to me, and just the honor of being this woman who is in this boys club.
Right, 100%.
And being recognized. And so that led to me applying and getting accepted to an officer program.
Okay.
And from there, I was accepted. They had me go into school. I applied and went to University of Colorado at Boulder for my undergrad degree, commissioned. And for 15 plus years after that, I worked in public affairs.
Wow.
So I had to go through all my officer training. So I went to 2 boot camps, everybody.
Wow.
Marine Corps enlisted boot camp and officer training,
Whew.
which, there's a lot.
That's
that goes
no
on.
joke.
There's a lot of that. So
what was it initially, even as just a young girl at 17, that the military spoke to you? I mean, you mentioned the athleticism. Was that really the draw? Or were you like, hey, I want to go somewhere, or this might be my ticket to travel, or like how did you look at that?
Yeah, so my parents divorced when I was around 6,
Okay.
and my mother remarried at 8 to my stepfather, who's from Scotland.
Okay.
And we left the U.S. and lived in Scotland with him, and then we lived in Singapore. So between the ages of like 9 and 12, I lived overseas.
Oh, okay.
So when I came back to this small little town, we kind of had like a riches to rags moment with our family, where there was financial changes, and we were bootstrapped really hard for the rest of like my time during high school. Yeah. Financially couldn't send me to college. I again was having a lot of fun and not really caring about my grades. So you know what happened? A boyfriend of mine, he was 18, I was 16 at the time. We went into a recruiter's office. We were out on a date, and he's like, hey, I want to go by there. The light's on. I sat there and listened to them, talked to him about joining the Marines, and 2 weeks later, he was gone. They literally took this really handsome young boyfriend of mine and shipped him off to boot camp. And so I watched his whole experience during into my junior and senior year. And from that, I'm like, these guys look really nice in the blues.
Oh my goodness.
I saw the discipline. I saw the physical part of it that I really have as a part of my lifestyle. Fitness has always been that. And that kind of drove me. And to be upfront, my father served in Vietnam in the Marine Corps before I was born. His brother served in the Marine Corps before I was born. But they never spoke about it. They never talked to us about it. When they got home from Vietnam, they put their sea bags away, and it was done. So I would love to say my father influenced me towards it, but it really wasn't. I think once I committed, then I kind of like, hey, Dad.
Tell me more.
And he started to open up. But again, I was a woman. What am I doing? Yeah. No, you are not going into the military.
Right,
And so that was kind of the impetus behind why it happened. It was not like this really, kind of deep thing. And I will say my grandfather was World War II Navy on my mom's side, his son, and then his son. So 3 generations of Navy on my mom's side. Wow. But again, all men. No one ever thought the woman.
Yeah. So you're breaking the mold while staying in the mold.
Go in there, and what happens is that you get into these leadership opportunities, and you can be intimidated, or you can go, you know what? I'm going to be as good or better than what you're doing, and I want to set a good example for you, and I want men to respect women. Yeah. And you have to go in there, and there were women who were not respected because maybe they would lean on, I have a child, or I have these other constraints. But the men really respond to the women that show up and are there and are aggressive and are not going to like back down, and we're going to have those hard things. So that's as I became a leader from enlisted to officer. It wasn't consciously doing it, but I mean, I'm showing up. Yeah. Guess what? We're doing PT at 5:30 in the morning, and I'm running your ass in the ground. Excuse my language. Yeah. I'm running your ass into the ground, and you guys are going to have to pick it up because women are here to stay, and we are moving. And so it was interesting throughout my career. By the time I retired, I saw women who had been restricted from certain jobs to have all combat operation jobs open to the Marine Corps. As an officer, I watched that happen. I was actually advocating for that, being focus group as a woman in that space. I put in to actually become an infantry officer in my career. And unfortunately, I was accepted to major. At the time, I was a captain, and they were only accepting up to captains who were in the military. But I was putting my hat in the ring. I'm like, y'all want to show me up? I will show up out there, and you all can kick me around and do it all. And so by the time I retired, I actually saw the first woman become an infantry officer. And it was just like this moment.
How fulfilling.
It was amazing to see that happen and know that they were blazing the trail for more women that can do it. I mean, a lot of women can't do it. Yeah. Most can't. But there's, I'm an Ironman triathlete. I'm like, come on, there's people like me out there.
Yeah, that love this. More. And that was your calling. I love that. And I love the backstory. So thank you for sharing.
And
because
so to finish about the Marine Corps stuff, I know for Afghanistan, that occurred when I was a captain in the Marine Corps. I had commissioned in the Marine Corps, was stationed at Parris Island, South Carolina, where our recruit depot is. Got orders to San Diego. We were here 4 months, had just bought a house, and I got orders to U.S. Forces, Afghanistan, and International Security Forces, so working with NATO. We thought I was going to go 6 months. By the time I deployed, it's a 12-month deployment. So I left my husband here with our daughter, my new husband, because I had been remarried recently. We literally got married a year before, had been together 7, but I left him to handle with a daughter who was going through puberty and everything else, and so he was there and I went, and that's a whole story. We should probably do a separate podcast on Afghanistan, but the work that was done there, I would never regret that work to be done. And the Afghans that I worked with were amazing. I worked with the Afghan government directly, helped to train over 450 Afghans in communications, PR, media relations, and watched many of them get into their own and realize their expectations. And I worked with men and women. We had men and women side by side being taught in that country. Wow. Which is not today what's happening with the problems. Yeah. But and so after Afghanistan, I got back. I got thank you orders to Yuma, Arizona. We can talk about that. Luckily, I got to help usher in the F-35 program, the first squadron in the whole world, there in Yuma. We had Senator McCain there. We had the whole thing. Fantastic. It was worth the 3 years to be there. And then I got accepted to SDSU for a master's and did that master's program in 10 months and then up to Camp Pendleton. It was just a whirlwind, and sometimes I can't even fully grasp all the things.
That's a lot of things in a very short amount of time.
Yeah. And I was in the Philippines. I did deployments there. I worked in Australia, worked in New Zealand. There were all of these, things that occurred. Wow. And there was just a calling for me at some point. I felt plateaued, and I felt that I had never experienced civilian life. And that's kind of where the crossroads happened, where I made the decision, very, very hard 18-month roller coaster decision to retire.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was...
That had to be a lot. Because your identity is so connected to the military. So who am I without this piece? Exactly. I'm sure it's a big part of it. Your daughter must be a young adult now, yeah?
Oh, she's an adult.
Oh, adult. Okay. Yeah, I'm carry the one, do the math.
So we now have 2 daughters.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes. So our first daughter is married and lives up in Oregon.
Nice.
In the Oregon City, Portland area.
Okay.
She just had her second child. So we're grandparents times 2.
Aw, that's wonderful.
And she just had our second grandchild in May. And our second daughter is 6 years old. So we have a 24-year gap between our children. No big deal.
That's nothing. That's nothing. Good for you.
Yeah, we have people literally that were like, you were 5-year empty nester. What did you do?
Yeah.
And I'm like, honestly, it's so bizarre, but it's such a different experience.
Oh, I'm
from being 19 to being 41 and having a child. Financially, lived experience, all of it.
All of it. Well, and being a very young mother and then having another with that, like you said, that large gap. What a different perspective, and how much life you've lived in between. Yeah. So interesting. So which one was harder?
I would say that I had a really good pregnancy with both.
Yeah.
I would say that that with the second, I was a little more tired, obviously, with the age. Yeah. And, but no, it was great. I think they both went well. And the tipper I will share is that my first granddaughter is 3 months older than my second child. So we had that whole, what is it, Father of the Bride Part 2?
Right. Like, wait, so your granddaughter is older than your daughter. That's
niece. So yes, my granddaughter is older than her aunt.
That is so funny. But, you know what? Life just works in funny ways, and you just love it and embrace it and make it your own. And we all have our own, our own paths and destiny. I love that. You've seen and experienced so much in such a short amount of time. That's fantastic, though. Wow. And then, so you ended up in San Diego via the military, and that was where Cause San Diego came into the picture? Or how did that piece come to you?
Yeah, so I retired in late 2017 here in San Diego. Started my first civilian position. I was the PR director and social media lead for the UPS store, the franchise headquarters, which is here in San Diego. Yeah. So got that whole corporate, working for UPS, publicly traded, huge company experience. And, of course, retirement baby showed up.
Yes,
I think that is really what was the catalyst for me, because I have always been someone who's volunteered. From when I was in that junior position with my as a single mom. I was volunteering with the command, helping the military families, teaching at my church, and teaching with young Marines and all of this. And then now, when I had her, and I see this beautiful young child and what world that I'd like for her to grow up in, and I see my granddaughter, that's what thrust me into philanthropy.
Wow.
When I had her, because I had this freedom. We've been very blessed financially. We have done very well. My husband's got a great job, and we've done very well with investments. So it was this time to have a redo.
Yeah.
You know, my first daughter missed a lot because I was gone a lot. And there were some things that I wanted to do differently. And that she even tells me, Mom, do these things differently, right? I have this daughter now coaching mommy on being, you know, this second chance mom. But so I dove in. One of the key organizations that I was connected to is Homemade San Diego. I'm still on their board. They're a nonprofit that builds housing and programmatic facilities for the homeless service providers. We have 19 affiliates around the country, and it was a beautiful organization to give my time to. I'm still involved. I'm on the board. Done all things for them and continue to. Secondly, I really felt a calling with Team Rubicon. So Team Rubicon's a international disaster response military co-developed organization, nonprofit. And what they do is when disasters happen and everyone's fleeing, they go in and they're trying to help with disaster recovery and rebuild. And so I went and experienced 2 weeks with them after Hurricane Harvey. I had 4 of my family members in Texas and Louisiana that were impacted. And they gave me that opportunity to just go muck out homes, hug and be there with these people suffering that are displaced because their homes are gone. And so I acted as a communication lead here in SoCal for Team Rubicon as a volunteer and just loved it. And I've continued to advocate. And then that's where somebody found me for Cause. So this Cause conference has been around 26 years. It's always been under the American Marketing Association.
Okay.
And it broke away after the pandemic. They were in a hiatus. They had to decide on which programming to continue. And a gentleman by the name of Parker Pike, he was one of the founders, he was with AMA San Diego and said, well, let me find a new home for the Cause Conference. And so I remember Parker getting in touch with me even before then, like it was the year of COVID. My daughter's not even a year old yet. I'm a free agent, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, talk to Staci. She's got free time and she's smart. Talk to her.
Yeah.
But he got with me. He's like, how can we reimagine this conference now that we're going into remote? So I gave him a little bit of tips. No big heavy lift. They went remote and did a virtual conference the first year. Same thing with 2021. And I thought I was done with Parker. I'm like, Parker keeps contacting me. And then finally he comes back. He goes, hey, we're going to go back live in 2022. And we actually want to do something different. And so I came onto a volunteer team. Larry Kesslin at the time was working here at the Better Business Bureau for development, I believe. And so he and Parker and the San Diego Business Journal and BBB took ownership of this conference and found 20-some people like me who had time on our hands to spare. And we put on a beautiful conference. But one of the big things we did was that the conference for 20-some years was focused on making the nonprofit sector more effective. And what we'd seen was maturity over those years. There's so many groups now. Amplified Impact Partners, the Nonprofit Institute at USD, you've got North County Philanthropy Council, you've got Catalyst of San Diego, all of these groups. So we didn't see a need to kind of be there. We're like, what else can we be? And of course, it's living under BBB, and they go, aha, this is the time. All the suffering and hurting from the pandemic. How do we shift the lens to the business sector? The ones who are always there trying to shore up the nonprofits. We need to move them. And so that's what we did. And that's how we originated Cause San Diego on top of the conference.
Love that.
So we did the conference in 2022 at USD, sellout event. Grant Oliphant had just come on board at the Previs Foundation and Donna DeBerry. They were our honorary co-chairs. And we just, you know how it goes? You kind of like do it until you really get it going good. We were just getting started. Let's just try it. And so after that, at the end of 2022, we moved into 2023. We were getting feedback. People didn't want just a one-day conference. What else can we do? Create this vibe throughout the year. And that's where a group of us, I'm the co-founder for Cause San Diego. We started to do business leader focus groups here at BBB during 2023. And Delinda Forsyth and I took lead over this new thing called Cause San Diego. And it was birthed in lots of Lots of, again, all volunteers.
I love it was birthed here. I love this.
This is really
where it happened.
And BBB has been, I can't even speak to how awesome Sam and Matt and all of those on the Karen, the whole team have welcomed us and helped to nourish us, understanding that we are all here. This is a heart mission.
Yes.
That we're not to say that those that do work for money and do good work, that it's different, but for those that see the need, that we have to support this nonprofit community, especially now.
Yeah.
Especially now with all of the things that are going on with the funding cuts, with the policy changes. This is our time to use this force for good in a way that can shore up both the for-profit, the nonprofit, bring government in, bring academia in. And so that's what Cause is. That's what we are today.
Putting it all together, all those pieces. Yeah.
Helping
now
them
more than ever,
realize
like you said.
strategic partnerships, not a check written and walk away. We're talking about, like me, with Homemade.
Yeah.
Homemade found me in 2017 at a volunteer event. I was offering time to Homemade Public Relations. I was a part of the PRSA chapter here in San Diego, Public Relations chapter of PRSA. And it's how many years later? I'm still involved with Homemade.
Wow.
Because to make a strategic level systemic change in what you're trying to do with causes, you have to be on for the long game.
Yeah.
This is not short game work.
Yeah.
Things don't happen. So that's the calling that I've had and those that are involved with Cause. And we're growing a bench of deeply passionate and caring individuals from all sectors.
Love that
join us.
So
we
great.
have an alliance membership program for people that join us from their organizations and individuals. And then our team, we're just continuing to grow the bench with very diverse voices. Another key thing, Cause is for everyone. We are not elitist. We are not exclusionary. We're inclusive. So what I mean by that is that when we have events, almost all of our events that we have are open to everyone, and we try to make it feasible
for everyone to be able to be a part of it.
We give out stipends. We give out scholarships. We give out 40 to 50 college student or new grad scholarships to our conference.
Great.
And those tickets aren't cheap. And that's through the help of like Conscious Capitalism San Diego. They'll earmark money. Laura Hall. Hello, Laura. We love you. You and Alinda and all the other, and Jeff Blanton, who's doing great things too on our team. But they step up and they see that the next gen needs to be there too, to get this ingrained into their DNA. So when they develop businesses or become leadership with companies, that it's second nature.
I love that.
Social responsibility, sustainability, circular economy is a part of their mindset.
Yes. Fantastic. Well, and thank you for sharing so much about it and the depth and breadth of what we're looking to do, especially like you said now more than ever. So it's so important. And I wanted to pivot and ask a few questions of you, because I think one of the nice pieces about this show in particular that we really love to do is dig into, what it is that you're doing, and also who are you and what kind of makes you tick. So some fun questions for you to just kind of start us off with this.
Love fun.
Love fun. So what is your favorite word?
Oh, that's a tough one. I never thought about that.
I know. It's kind of one that makes you think.
One word?
I mean, if you have a couple, I'm not going to call you out on that.
Anything is possible.
That's a good phrase.
I just it is on the inside of my Iron Man cap. So
okay, anything is possible.
It just came to mind.
I love it.
But I do think that Henry David Thoreau said the thing about, if you have dreams and they're up in the sky, that you should allow them to be there and to dream and have them. Whether or not they actually get achieved at that level or some level lower, you'll always be achieving it higher if you try and have those dreams than if you just tuck them away and settle.
Well, spoken like a true triathlete and Marine. I love that. What would you say on the flip side is your least favorite word?
Hate.
Yeah.
And that's quick to say that.
That one's an easy one. Yeah.
I don't allow, I actually do not allow that. That word is worse than any cuss word, any word, and it's not allowed in my household and in my family and anything.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Love that. What would you say turns you on, whether that's spiritually, emotionally, that just kind of lights you up? Creatively?
Oh, goodness. I think that I'm a pretty simple person, so mostly just being in a place where people are able to be themselves and they're having a good time. And maybe I, in some small way, contributed to why they're happy and why they're feeling at ease and content. Even if it's just giving them a microburst of joy, seeing them joyful creates the joy for me.
Fills you up.
Me.
Yeah.
I'm very extroverted. So it's all, I mean, to me, I'm a giver sometimes to being too selfless. I've been instead, but honestly, for some reason, giving out is receiving for me. Giving out.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. What would you say turns you off?
Oh, there's many things.
Like how long do we have?
I think what turns me off are individuals who have the means and ability to help others, and they consciously or unconsciously care too much about themselves and their own needs. When there's so much that we all need to focus on externally. So that gets under my skin. And then also, crazily enough, people who don't reach their expectations in life, when I can see it.
You see the potential in them and they just don't go for it.
Marines that I've had, anyone that I've been around, whether it be mentoring, I do a lot of mentorship, but those that it has to be their choice.
Yeah.
But I can see potential in just about everyone. And working with Homemade, we train at-risk men and women coming out of foster youth and coming out of incarceration and homelessness. And we're almost just like, we're getting them in the door for interviews with jobs, and to just sometimes see them miss that opportunity.
Yeah.
That really gets under I'm like, just get your foot in the door and get a job and get stable. And, this isn't like your whole life. Just get started.
You're so close. You're so close. What sound or noise do you love?
What kind of?
What sound or noise do you love?
Laughter.
I love that. Is there sound or noise that you hate or do not like? I won't use the word. Oh, tears are okay. Tears are welcome.
People that are suffering and begging on the streets in countries that Afghanistan and other places, Philippines, places that I've worked where they truly are at a very low, dark point in their life and not feeling like I have the ability to help them, and just hearing those feelings of anguish. That really hurts me inside because of being a giver and wanting to fix everything.
Yeah.
I think that's hard.
When you see it and you can't, I understand. I understand through what you're saying, not firsthand, if you were to choose a profession other than your own that you haven't attempted, what would you love to do?
I'm glad you asked that because I've been thinking about this. So my husband and I just went on an anniversary dinner, and we went to Moulin Rouge.
Oh,
and that has been my favorite movie for a long time. I was Lerman, and so it was great to see them adapt it to a screenplay.
Yeah.
And a little side note, I was into theater and acting
when
I was in
so
high school,
multifaceted, I'm telling you.
My student teaching, my college degree through CU Boulder was English and secondary education. So my student teaching, I was able to direct a one-act play and then work with my actual teacher, who I was the assistant of, to produce a full 2-act play.
Wow.
And I taught theater and improv. So that would be it, girl. Like, honestly, to be out there and to help do more producing and doing that with kids and helping them, because I feel that I saw a lot of students who were, they felt rejected and they really felt like they were misfits, and we created a community for them, and it really boosted their confidence in knowing that through the arts you can express yourself fully, and it can help you to bridge a lot of tough gaps. Especially, I was teaching at an at-risk school that had a lot of challenging things happening with the students: drugs, alcohol, pregnancy, lots of things.
All the things,
that latchkey children, their parents weren't involved anymore. So I saw how the arts
could help with that and support. Yeah.
And it gave them like this agency to be for themselves.
Perfect. So that's what you'd love to attempt. What job or profession? No, don't want to ever do that. Like, what sounds not good?
I would say, I would probably say working in like a jail or a prison or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think that that would be something that I could do day on and day off and feel that I could stay positive.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It seems like
to carry,
I mean, they have a very hard job.
I would think that would be so much.
They are doing, I believe, God's work, and they're doing things that need to be done. But that would not be comfortable for me.
Yeah. You're like, no, I don't want to sign up for that.
Yes.
So, sort of tangential to that, if heaven exists, what do you want to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Well, in the Marine Corps hymn, at the end of it, we say, if the Army and the Navy ever looked on heaven's gates, they would see that the Marine Corps are there. I don't remember the exact wording of it, but essentially, I could sing it too, but for some reason, it's drawing a blank on the wording. But I would love for there to be an opportunity for me just to see all of my family and those that are already there, and to just feel that I'd done what, as a Christian, followed in Jesus's footsteps and being that good person, and understanding that everyone has struggles, and just being recognized to know that I was trying to do my small bit here on earth.
I love that. So beautiful. I've got goosebumps. I'm sure everyone listening does too. Literally goosebumps. It's beautiful. And, it's so vast. Your whole life in the short time that we've spoken is all about giving and serving, and how beautiful. And no doubt that will be the message you get long from now, many, 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 many years from now. To wrap up, this is the Leadership Lowdown. So I'd love to ask, do you have a tip, a word of wisdom, anything that you feel has been impactful in your life or career that you'd love to share with our guests? Is just sort of a closing little word of wisdom for them.
Yes. What I would say is, for those early in their careers, to grow where you're planted. This was something said to me long ago. And what that means is that shine in whatever position that you are in, and take pride in your work. And know that whenever you put it out there, whatever that work is, that it's a reflection of you. Yeah. And the second thing, Maya Angelou is one of my favorite poets. And the other thing I would say is that she has a poem, and I have it near my desk, and I always look at it. And it talks about how you can only be truly successful at something you love. So don't let money be your objective, but follow those passions that you have and do it so well that people can't take their eyes off of you.
Love that.
And so that leads to me, work ethic, integrity, discipline, and valuing people, treating everyone with respect, whether it's someone who's a janitor to someone who's the president. Treat everyone with dignity and respect, and you'll most likely have so much success in your life, right? And then pay it forward.
Yeah. What a beautiful words to close us out. Thank you. That was beautiful and spoken so beautifully. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. And thank you for being a part of the show and for sharing about your career and your life and your mindset in terms of leadership, all the things. It's been an absolute pleasure, Staci. Thank you so much. And thank you for tuning in and being a part of today's show. Again, Jodi Low with the Leadership Lowdown. Remember, leaders are learners. So remain curious and keep leading with love. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it.